Hey guys, the Gemaniac back again, bringing you another video. Today we talk about Boris Pistorius and what a dickhead he is. So let's just get into it. This article is by The Guardian and it is by Kate Connolly in Berlin. Boris Pistorius, the defense minister, has been voted Germany's most popular politician. Really? Oh man. Germany's so over, man. Okay. Germany's defense minister has called for a serious national debate about the future of the country's military, arguing that its current state it is not fit to tackle the array of security policy challenges facing Europe. Boris Pistorius, who has frequently called for Germany to become war ready since becoming defense minister a year ago, and has warned that Vladimir Putin could attack within 8 years, said the country needed to be ready to confront the Russian president. Ay, caramba. Ugh. And do what? And then get nuked? Like, confront him and do what? Speaking to trainee soldiers at the German Military Academy in Hamburg and making clear he was addressing the wider society, Pistorius said, "Are we seriously ready to defend this country? And who is this we this debate has to be had?" Pistorius said the peace and freedom that most of Europe had enjoyed for decades was no longer an irrefutable certainty, and that Germany was being more strongly and actively challenged than ever as an active participant in security and policy. This week, Pistorius said he was considering allowing residents without German citizenship to join the military in an effort to raise troop numbers from 181 to 203 by 2031. By 2031? Is this an error in the article? They can't get 20,000 recruits in like 6 years? What is going on here? Is the military really that unattractive? My God. It's what happens. This is what happens when you can't have a patriotic or nationalistic society. Why would you want to join the military? Why? Especially with war talks. Seriously, who wants to go die for like a 22-year-old country? Nobody. And everybody knows that Russia has nukes. And everybody knows that, honestly, if you've got time to prepare, 2031, you need 20,000 more troops? Why don't you make 2 million robot drones that can just blow up instead? Wouldn't that be a little bit more effective? What are these boomers doing? My God. There is talk that as in the US military, where people can hope to gain citizenship in return for service, participants would be rewarded with a passport. Great way to get spies as well within your service. These guys don't think. The army has a chronic workforce shortage because it's not attractive. With 20,000 new recruits needed every year. Oh, it's every year now? I thought they needed 20,000 by 2031. Who wrote this? Kate, what are you doing? I don't understand. With 20,000 new recruits needed every year to maintain current numbers. A job in the military does not have the kudos in Germany that it does elsewhere, owing to the country's wartime past. Capitals around the continent are debating whether their militaries are fit for modern warfare and the threats posed by countries such as Russia. They can't beat Ukraine. You know, it was supposed to be what, a 3-day? Supposed to take 3 days? And now it's like, what is it, 2 years? I mean, they're going to win eventually, in my opinion. They could have negotiated a deal if the US let them. But who wants to fight for a vassal state? Honestly, we're a vassal state. It's pathetic. Germany needs some actual independence. Maybe if Germany had some actual independence, you know, I'd be for it. I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Maybe I want to join. Not that I can. I'm like 100 years old now. But, ugh, gross. Just gross. On Wednesday, Britain's military chief of staff, General Patrick Sanders, said steps should be taken to place society on a war footing, and that the public everywhere is talking about this too. Should be prepared to take up arms against Russia. Really? The UK Defence Ministry quickly dismissed his comments, insisting there would be no return to conscription, which Britain abolished in 1960. In Sweden, Norway, Finland, and the Baltic nations, preparations are already well underway to deal with a potential Russian attack. In Germany, Russia's war in Ukraine has brought the debate about its military out into the open. Lieutenant General Alexander Solfrank, the head of NATO troops in the southern Germany city of Ulm. Oh, really? It's based in Ulm. Interesting. Who would be responsible for coordinating the movements of European troops in the event of an attack on a NATO member, said the German military needed not only resources but also the visible resolve to deploy them. Yeah, that's so true. Credible deterrence requires preparation for war and needs to include the population, Solfrank said in an annual State of Security speech on Wednesday. Markus Söder, the leader of Bavaria and the head of the the Christian Social Union, said on Wednesday that Germany was in need of soldiers capable of fighting on the front. Immediately after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Scholz announced a Zeitenwende turning point in Germany's military commitment, dedicating 100 billion, and then it says 85 billion, euros to pounds, to a special fund to finance its upgrade and recruit more personnel. I wonder I'll tell you what I should do. I should review some German military commercials, past and present, and see how they've changed. However, the change has been slow. Pistorius has been slow. Pistorius, who took over from my beleaguered predecessor, considered unfit for the job, and who was seen as Germany's favorite politician, has struggled to persuade government colleagues to share a sense of urgency. Well, it can't be like that much. And have been depicted as a lone voice in the wilderness of defense politics. In the short term, Pistorius said on Thursday he was not aware of a swap offer that would see German Taurus cruise missiles going to Britain and Ukraine receiving British Storm Shadow systems. What are these names, man, honestly? In turn, Britain has offered Germany a swap of cruise missiles that could allow the German government a way of overcoming concerns over suggested delivery of missiles to Ukraine. The Hand is Blood newspaper reported on Wednesday. More generally, a wake-up call may be coming in the shape of the U.S. election. There is growing awareness in Berlin of the impact that a Trump victory could have on NATO funding and Europe's military strategy towards Russia. Picking up the theme this week, Söder said, should Trump win, we'll have to dress up warm. We need a fully equipped military. We are in massive need of our drones. And we need clarification on whether the American atomic shield will remain in place. Trump said he was, I'm pretty sure he is for NATO. He just wants Europe to pay more. Söder said that he'd be in favor of reintroducing conscription, but making it obligatory only for men, as was previously the case. Okay, so do men get more rights if we get conscripted? Is our vote now worth double because we got to go die in a ditch or get blown up by a robot? Or what? What do we get? Nothing. Except, removal of our limbs. Karl Theodor zu Guttenberg, who held the post of defense minister under Merkel and whose watch in 2011, on whose watch in 2011 Germany did away with the decades-long policy of national service, waded into the debate on Thursday, saying it was Germany's damn duty to prepare for a Russian attack. Yeah, so of course, they can't get recruits because nobody wants to fight in Ukraine. You know, you've got Ukrainians leaving in the millions to Germany, and now Germans are thinking, okay, now we got to go fight over there. What about all these guys that just came? What about that? How come they can leave and they don't have to fight? If you watch any of the footage as well in Ukraine, yeah, not sure people really want to participate in trench combat. You know, you're living in a mud hole with your adrenaline pump 24/7. Sounds like a pretty bad deal to me. No thanks, not happening. And I think if they tried to do this, the problem is Germany is so easily propagandized. If the leader says that they all jump, but we shall see. We shall see. But anyway, that's it for this one. It could be a good video. Maybe I should react to some German military recruitment commercials. That could be funny. Or it could be fun. But anyway, that's it for this one. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.